Welcome to Whispers of Pain, stories that pierce through silence, where truth hides behind judgment and compassion fights to survive. Tonight, we bring you The Trial of Silence, a story of a boy, a dog, and a world that forgot what it means to be human. Now, listen closely, because sometimes pain whispers louder than words. It started on a gray morning, the kind where the clouds seemed to press against the ground, and the air itself felt heavy with something unspoken. 12-year-old Noah Bennett was walking home from school when he saw it, a small, trembling dog beneath a pile of garbage bags behind the old grocery store. Its fur was tangled, one paw injured, eyes wide with fear and hunger. People passed by, pretending not to notice. But Noah stopped. He knelt, his voice barely above a whisper. "It's okay, buddy. You're safe now." The dog flinched, then pressed its nose against his hand. That moment changed everything. Noah named him Rusty. He cleaned his wounds, fed him, even built a small shelter behind their house. His mother, a quiet woman working double shifts, didn't have the heart to say no. They didn't have much, but they had enough love to share. For a few days it was peace, but peace doesn't last long where rules mean more than kindness. The neighbors began to talk. "He's bringing disease. It's dangerous. That mutt could bite someone's child." And the worst voice among them belonged to Mr. Carter, the man next door, a retired police officer, proud of his perfect lawn and spotless record of complaints. He watched Noah every day from behind his window. And one evening, when Rusty barked once at a passing cat, Mr. Carter picked up the phone. He reported Noah for keeping a stray animal illegally. A week later, 2 officers came. Noah's mother argued, cried, but they took Rusty away. Noah ran after the van until his legs gave out. All he could hear was Rusty's whining fade into the distance. That night, the house was silent, except for the sound of rain and a boy's quiet sobs. Days passed, then a letter arrived. "You are required to appear in juvenile court." The charge: violation of city sanitation and safety codes for saving a dog. The courtroom smelled like paper and disinfectant. At the front sat Judge Harlan, an older man whose face carried the weight of too many cases and not enough mercy. Across from Noah sat Mr. Carter and 2 other neighbors, clean, composed, confident. Beside Noah sat his mother, holding his hand so tightly it turned white. The prosecutor began, "This boy knowingly harbored a stray animal without registration, risking public safety." Neighbors reported noise, odor, and disturbance. Noah sat still. He could feel every eye on him. Then came Mr. Carter's turn. "I've served this city 30 years. Laws exist for a reason. If we let one boy ignore them, what happens next? Chaos." He paused, looked at Noah. "It's not personal. It's principle." Noah wanted to scream, but he didn't. When the judge finally turned to him and asked, "Do you have anything to say for yourself, son?" The room fell silent. Noah stood. His voice shook, but it carried. "I didn't mean to break a law, I just didn't want him to die alone. Everyone kept saying someone should help, but no one did. So I did." He looked around the courtroom. "Why is it wrong to care? Why does being kind make people angry?" He paused. "Rusty didn't hurt anyone, he just wanted a home. I gave him that. Isn't that supposed to be a good thing?" You could hear a pin drop. The judge leaned back. For a long time he said nothing. Then he asked the prosecutor, "Was there any harm caused?" "No, Your Honor." "Any property damage?" "No." The judge sighed, a sound that carried both weariness and shame. He looked at Mr. Carter. "Sometimes The law protects order, but justice protects the heart. This boy didn't commit a crime. He reminded us what humanity looks like. He turned to Noah. Case dismissed. Noah didn't smile. He couldn't. He just whispered, "Can I get him back?" G. 311-2025-220. The judge hesitated, then said quietly, "I'll make a call." 2 weeks later, a van pulled up outside their house. Rusty leapt out, thin but alive. He ran straight into Noah's arms, tail wagging like nothing had ever been lost. Across the street, Mr. Carter stood watching, silent, conflicted. For the first time, he didn't look proud. He just looked human. That night, Noah sat with Rusty under the same tree where he'd found him. The stars were faint, hidden behind the city lights. But somewhere in that quiet, Noah believed that kindness had won, even if justice had arrived too late.